Hey, what's going on, everybody? You're listening to Marrio Esco Live, where we like to interview people who are actively serving the community, share testimonies, music videos, exclusive updates and announcements, and really we just want to utilize the platform to encourage, edify, challenge if necessary as we go over various topics and subjects. We're not perfect and we don't have all the answers, but we're firm believers in iron sharpening iron, and we really just want to build and edify together. So with that said, I hope you're blessed and enjoy the show. Grace and peace. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to Marrio Esco Live. I'm your host, Marrio Esco. Alongside me is my brother and co-host, Gil Vargas.
What up?
What up, Gil? What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. It's just a long day. And, I'm just trying to forget about that and get in this mode right
I'm
here.
I'm going to chop it now. Deep dive.
No deep dive. I'm just saying.
Wake up.
I'm here.
Wake up. I'm killing it now.
But I'm just saying it's a blessing.
No deep dive. There you go. Okay.
It's a blessing to be here.
It's a blessing.
The works of life and then being able to disconnect and kind of connect with y'all. This is like, I look forward to this.
No doubt. What up? D.I., I see you. Charlie, I see you. What's up, everybody? Jumping in. We're about to premiere a music video shortly.
Oh, Charles Soper?
Yeah.
Okay. Charlie Soper.
What up? So we're about to premiere a music video shortly, but before we do, we still wanna run the show as the show.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So as you guys jump in, for those that are on the live, go ahead and post up your questions or anything, and we're gonna do our best to follow through. As you can see, we don't got Shane with us today. We don't have any special guests today. It's me and Gil just chopping it up today.
Yeah.
Just really excited about, sharing the music video, just chopping it up, just building with each other. So make sure this Friday, quick update, this Friday I'm going to be releasing an EP to my email list. So if you're not a part of my email list, go to music@marrioesco.com and shoot me an email, or go to my website, marrioesco.com, and you can subscribe there. But yeah, so I'm going to be shooting a free EP to my email list, and I'm going to make it, available, publicly. If you guys want to stream it, whatever, it's going to be available everywhere. But my email list gets it Friday, free EP, some stuff that was supposed to be on my last album, and we didn't use it for the album. So I had it, and I was like, you know what? Because they're 5 tracks, so I was gonna use it for like another track, and I was like, you know what? Let me just let me release this. So, spent some time, mixed it, mastered it.
Yeah,
I think it's ready to put out. So that's definitely
it's fire.
Friday. Yeah,
it's fire, guys.
I think you enjoy it. I definitely think you enjoy it. Share the show if you want to, help us spread the word. Share the show. We're about to show this live, this exclusive music video. If you're listening on the podcast, please follow the links. Leave us a review, please. It helps with the algorithms. Plus, it helps with us as well to hear your feedback. Hit us up direct. Like, just help us get out there. If you're blessed by the show, if you're compelled to do so, that'll be what's up.
Mario always got to show off his techie side.
Yeah,
you got to trick the algorithms.
You got to trick the algorithms. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. So one of the things that we like to do on the show before we dive in is we like to go over what we're currently going through at a church and like how it's applying to us throughout our week. So Gil, why don't you hop in and let us know?
Yeah. So this one is pretty cut and dry. Like obviously the pastor expounded on it, but it's not like this deep understanding. It's pretty straightforward, but it was also something that I never really thought about in this context. And it's 1 Peter 4:1-3, and basically that what it talks about is that we're not only to walk like Christ, but we should strive to think like him. And that's something I never really took from that. Like, yeah, we have to walk like Christ, we have to behave in his manner, but I never really thought about that aspect, that we should even think like him.
Yeah.
Even though we technically can't fully, but to strive for that, to think all things holy, like everything he referred to scripture, like everything was just for God and God alone.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like every movement he made, to be able to do that perfectly must be sick, because no one can. But
that we're to strive for that.
To strive for it.
We should desire that.
I never really thought about it in that kind of way, like really thinking about that. I mean, maybe it's just because, you know, you get older and, you know, I don't want to say wiser because I feel like I'm bigging myself up.
Well, you got the grays coming in the...
Yeah.
You got the grays coming in the chin hairs, man.
It's the wisdom.
What's that? It's the
wisdom.
It's the hairs of wisdom. It's your badge of honor.
I don't know. You know, as you get older, you start thinking deeper, I guess, you know, and that hit me.
No, you're always deep diving, man.
Nah.
That's a common thing with you on the show.
Yeah, nowadays, I'm just saying. But ask me like 10 years ago, read this and give me a deep dive. I'd be like, what? Is there a pool involved?
All right, cool. So that's what's up.
Yeah. So
how's that applying with your week? So like you're not like, you know,
now I'm just trying to
not
think
waving
things.
your fist as people are cutting you off.
I'm on the road a lot, so you gotta.
You catch Gil.
You can't be like getting
you
that
catch
road
Gil
rage.
red-handed with road rage.
But in my scenario for me is just trying to think things more clearly, calm, you know, because Christ never really panicked ever. He was always calm, collected. He knew what was his purpose. He knew what he needed to do, and he did it.
Yeah.
So just trying to be that, like trying to be more clear in my intentions, my motives, how I
got
move.
I got you.
You know,
instead of just letting life just take you.
Yeah.
You're more mindful of how you respond.
Intention.
Yeah, I got it. Yo, that's fire, man. I love that.
Because we're to think like Christ. Everything he did had a purpose.
Yeah.
God never did nothing just to do. Everything had a purpose.
Right. Yo, what up, everybody? I see everybody jumping in. We're about to premiere the video, but we doing this segment, so we're still carrying it on. If you guys just jumping in, this is episode 23 right now. And we used to do interviews before. DI was actually one of the guys, one of the first interviewees. How you say it? Interviewees?
Yeah, interviewees. Something like that.
We need a tech guy to Google it. We need our squad here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so DI was on, so go check out that. Actually, DI was in a few episodes already.
Yeah.
I think he was in like 4.
He was in the one.
For those that don't know, my bad, my apologies. DI is in the music video, in the song, and we collaborated on this song. And I'll give a little bit more about the backstory after we, you know, premiere it and everything. But
he's in this feed too, so you can find him. This Mark August.
Yep.
That's who he goes by as far as his government.
Facts, Charles. That facts, bro. So I see everybody jumping in. Bear with us. We're still carrying the show as normal. I know there's a few more people jumping in now because they want to see the video. So I'm gonna respect that, but I also want to respect the platform that we already have going. So so bear with us, and I hope you're edified and blessed by it. So Gil just went through the verses that he's currently going through in his church and how it applies to him in his life. And it really is just looking at everything in a biblical perspective with intention of glorifying God and keeping Christ centered in everything that you do in your life.
Amen.
Amen. Cool. So with me, we're still going through Hebrews chapter 6, verses 13 to 20. And it is the Promise Keeper part 3. And this one was about perseverance of the saints, which is preserving, you know, God not only elects and saves those that he chose, but he keeps them to the end. So once you're saved, always saved. And I know there's a lot of people that, you know, jump all over that, but time and time again, you see in the scripture that that's the case.
Yeah.
He keeps his promises. He's the anchor. You know what I mean? He's the one that can make an oath and keep that oath. And no one, not even ourselves, can distort that plan.
Amen.
The enemy, ourselves, no man, no natural occurrence, whatever it is, like even natural disasters, that's still in God's providence. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
In control of all things. So
for me, one of the things that helped me understand that theology was that God is the perfect shepherd. And if he's the perfect shepherd, like the Bible says he is, how could he let one sheep go?
Right.
If a sheep leaves and he's aware of it,
right, how's he perfect shepherd?
He can't be a perfect shepherd. Yeah,
he can't even maintain his own flock.
That would be the first thing you'd be fired for.
Right,
like, dude, you only have one job: is to keep the sheep the sheep safe.
Keep the sheep in shape.
You want to keep them in shape.
You need to make sure that
it's like we got gyms, we got everything.
Like health, bro. You know, promoting health up in here.
So that's what helped me understand it. Like that's true.
Yeah.
I think that once saved, always saved, because if you're officially a part of God and God lets you leave, I feel like that's the most unloving thing. If someone you know loves you and you just let them go.
Yeah.
That don't even make sense.
Yeah, fact. I mean, for me, it's like, I get it. It's hard because you have some people who've been in the faith for like 20 years, 20 plus years, and all of a sudden completely just walk out. Maybe even pastors even. You know what I'm saying? Like pastors even. And then the mindset naturally, when you look at it at the outside, you know, and you don't look at it in a biblical lens. I mean, there you go. There's proof. There's evidence. So biblically, how do we understand that? Is the dude wasn't saved from the beginning. They went out from amongst us because they never were part of us. You know,
people equate time with biblical evidence. Like just because he was, you know, in the church for 5-10 years doesn't necessarily mean he was a Christian the whole time.
Right.
Like the amount of time he spent there doesn't mean anything.
Right.
What matters is what he decides to do with the situation.
Right.
At that moment, he decided to walk away, whatever reason it was. I'm sure something happened.
I know you wrestled with that for a little bit too.
I did.
I don't think that was one I wrestled with, because I believe, God, he could save you. Like, because it was just, I mean, it was
a culture in the church too.
I know, because you were raised with that influence from the jump.
I was raised with that, so that was common. Like, oh, they left and they're coming back. Let's praise God. And these were people that would just come and go like 7 to 8 times in the 3 or 4 years I know them.
Right.
Like just in and out, in and out, in and out. And every single time, oh, they're back. Praise God, they're back.
Right.
And I'm like,
come and go whenever you please.
Yeah, just come and go whenever you please. And all they had to do was come to the pulpit and say, I received Jesus Christ in my heart as my Lord and Savior. And boom, he's back. Or she's back.
Right.
So going from that to actually, every single one of them were never saved. That was a tough pill to swallow, because I was like,
I mean, a lot of it was, but
it was a lot of
it was just growing in maturity and studying, you know. But so that's our deep dive for the intro show.
For real,
we're good.
Yeah,
but I feel it's a necessary part of the show. I really do, because a lot of shows, what they do is they just be like, yo, how was your week? And I thought, you know, it would be dope to really, you know, take this opportunity to show how the things that we're learning at our church, which I believe is the foundation of my everything, you know,
amen.
You know, for me. So I think it's important. It's an important part to talk about when you're talking about your week and how's your week been. Like, it's an important part to talk about.
Yeah.
Plus, it keeps it fresh on your mind. Like, you don't just go to church, hear the sermon on Sunday, and bam, Monday it's all gone. Everything.
And I like that we do this because it helps me like really like meditate on what the pastor's preaching.
Right. Yeah.
Because I want to make sure I understand it. So when I bring it here,
man, it's not like a vain thing. It's not just like, let me check this off my list of things to do this week.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how I used to see it before, like when I was really young, with my grandparents, like my family at the time, when we used to go to church on holidays. Like, it wasn't like every Sunday, it was like Easter, we'll go, you know.
The holiday church days.
Yeah. It was like holidays we would
Christmas, New Year's, Easter.
Yeah.
That's like,
and even
three.
now, currently, you can fall into that temptation. Even now, understanding everything that you know, you can fall into the temptation of, it's just a thing to check off your list of your schedule, you know?
It definitely can.
And you don't want it. So that's why, anyway, I'm deep diving again. Yeah. That's why I think it's important.
It happens.
So listen, I'm not gonna just show the video. I don't want to just show the video. I want to give you guys some time that are watching live to share it. And I'll let you. We'll show it in. I'll give it 5 minutes. Right? 5 minutes is good. We'll give it 5 minutes, and I'll tell you a 5-minute backstory of
how did this video came to be.
Word. So D.I. I knew D.I. for a minute. For those that don't know Disciple, D.I., he is a Christian hip hop artist. And he was with a label called Hope Records. D.I., forgive me, chime in if I'm saying anything wrong, but he was with Hope Records.
Like everything he's saying is a
he was
lie.
with Hope Records, and I knew him through Epinero, Domingo, and all them cats. But I never knew him, you know, personally. I never knew him, so I knew of him.
Yeah,
his CD was at my unit before I became a Christian. Like,
that's
I found
crazy.
his CD and I bumped his CD, and he was a Christian artist, and I was listening to that. So eventually, you know, we met each other at a show, and we performed out at South by Southwest in Texas. We performed out there together. I didn't even know he was going until last minute. He was hitting me up. And he came through, and yo, he killed it, bro. It was refreshing watching him up there, man. Really refreshing watching him up there. And then after that, you know, we started building. And then eventually it was like, yo, I'm starting a podcast, come through for an interview. Then after that, it was like, yo, you wanna come through? Gil can't make it this week. You wanna come through? Shane can't make it this week. And then so he's been on the show already for like 5 times. And of course, as creatives get together, it's only natural, you know. So D.I.
like, yo, you want to get in the booth?
D.I., chime in real quick, because I don't want to give any spoils. I know look, give me a few more minutes. I won't drag it out too much. Everybody share if you want to, you know, put it out there. But so D.I. goes, yo, we're talking about Joyner Lucas. So for those that don't know, Joyner Lucas is a recording artist, secular recording artist from my home city.
Yeah.
And he became like, yo, he was grinding, he was doing his thing, he was putting out these controversial videos, he was investing in himself, he caught the attention of a mainstream distributing company. I think it was I forgot who it was. Anyway.
You mean who he got signed to?
Yeah, who
Atlantic.
Atlantic. Was it Atlantic? No. Yeah. Okay,
sure
whatever it is. They came through, they signed a deal, and boom, there you go. Now he's featured on Eminem's latest album, Kamikaze. He's on there with him. And Eminem is one of the guys that, you know, D.I. mentions about, you know, when we talk about hip hop, our influences and stuff like that. And we were talking about Kamikaze and everything. And then I was telling him about Joyner Lucas and From My City and all that. And I was, oh, and then it just naturally went to Lucky You, the new video. And he's like, yo, I want to do a freestyle to this. And I was like, oh, word? He's like, yeah, yo, let's do a freestyle to this. And then I started thinking, of course, me with the visuals and everything. I was like, yo, let's do a video to it.
All you need to do is start a conversation where we should do something. And if it's like a really good idea, Mario's going to take off.
Yo,
that's all you need to say.
So he goes, so D.I. goes, yo, all right, bet, I'm going to start writing now. Click. And then a few days later, I got a text, yo, I'm done. And I'm like, what? Okay, I don't even know what verse I got. I don't even know. So he sent me the thing, and I was like, oh, he took Joyner's first verse. All right, cool. So naturally, I take M's second verse. All right, cool. No problem. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, yo, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be good. You know, fine. I'll take that. And then I heard the track. So the idea, I'll tell you the idea after. I'll tell you the idea after. But so I took the challenge, and it was very, very difficult, man. I think if I would have sat with it, dedicated like 8 hours straight, it probably would have took me 2 full days, 16 hours. I probably would have got it done. But because work and everything like that, the show and everything, it took me about 2 weeks in between, you know, time.
Yeah.
But if I was to go off just naturally, like if I could just write without the restrictions, I would have been done with that. But because we had those restrictions, which I'll explain later, actually, I'll just play the video. Are we good to play the video? What do you guys think? Let me get some thumbs up or some something. Yeah, there you go. Okay, Josh comes in. Play that video. I know, I'm giving time for people to share. Are we good? Should we just play it?
I think we should just
All right, we're going to play it. We're going to play it. Y'all can still share it if you want. Let's play this video. Here it is. Lucky You Freestyle. D.I. Disciple with Marrio Esco. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah. 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 D.I. D.I. Look, I done said a lot of things for his glory. I admit it, I don't take back what I say. If I said it, then I meant it. Ever since I started rapping, I knew that I better live it. Went in with spreading the gospel and never wanted to drift it. Here's the difference, I'm that rapper, bend the law, cut the rules. For Jesus, I risk it all, aiming at the toughest dudes. They've been suffering long enough, it's his turn to rush the mood. Pass the plate, take a drink, munch the food. Lucky you, he loves you too. He bout to move, he bout to move, he bout to move. Give him the room, give him the room, give him the room. Hop in your coupe, hop in your coupe. You won't hop out and shoot, he bout to move, he bout to move. Cause he got the juice. Back on these bars and believe that we getting it in and we having it bumping. Back on actually making a big deal about Jesus, he's actually loving. You're back on the wall, you don't know him, and cause you don't know him, the caps that keep busting. You living your life and it's actually sucking. You might have got money, but that don't mean nothing. I'm actually buzzing this time. I'm in the mood to come off, so I'm busting a rhyme. Praying he's touching you guys. Walking to heaven, you know you won't suffer this time. He got the key to your freedom, and everyone needs him. It's true, you can love or despise. He bout to flip it, the blood come and get it. But if you don't want it, it's nothing but lies. Go ahead and practice what you know. Desperado like I'm Bucho. For the Lord, I got a true flow. Devil be sniffing like Cujo. I had to call on his name, cause without him, you know I'm as sick as the flu though. When I see evil as Cayete Bocas, I dunk cause the Lord is the uno. Give me your pen and a pad, we know the sin in your bag. Give it a second, it's having the people tied down. Gotta get up and you really don't gotta lie down. The Lord to get it, believe it is on my side now. You gotta know what he's bringing it to the light now. We loving it, eternity being bright now. Devil is bugging, we not believing the hype now. We doing it and I let him get in my lifestyle. Man, ain't no shade getting thrown my way that would make me ever want smoke. When I die, I'm going out as a believer in God that never lost hope. You gotta trust the Lord, you getting caught in the flesh, brother, wrong way, wrong road. Snakes in the grass trying to slither fast, gotta fight, forget the lawnmower.
I don't like the current state of CHH. I admit it, some would say it's CHH is still alive. I ain't with it, and I know that they'll assume it's cause of lack of recognition. All I'm spitting is the truth, and I don't care, no one listens. On a mission, I'm that rapper free from law. Jesus rules, ain't a risk cause I'm elected salvation, I'll never lose. I've been eating up his word, and my stomach's never full. This is fate, gave me grace, and my faith. Luck is fate, what you think? I gotta give you the standards, given to us is demanded. Driven by his Holy Ghost, I'ma give you a dose and I hope you can stand it. They're asking what happened to Christians, they hip out, they're sipping the milk and the papers. I know what the blame is, they wanna be famous. We gotta put dirty clothes up in the air, but I actually come from the dark. I was sinning, rebelling against my God from the beginning. I wish I could say I was only just kidding. We're doing our thing, but the truth is a hidden. Assume it's forbidden, it feels like no one is willing to talk about being forgiven. It's killing me, the inability to walk with humility. Blah, 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 blah. How about we actually walk when we talking instead of just blabbing and rapping and fronting? Affirmative action is equal to nothing. They're all walking backwards, I guess they were bluffing. It's starting, and the one that was here before is coming back. Let's recap, way back, it's that created the world in 6 days, 7th day, relax. These facts cause you to retract. Examine yourself and see that we lack the ability to be that. So star better feed that. His word better read that. See weeds better weed whack. Better heed that. Got the water with a seed that. I plead that. You believe everything I'm saying right now. You need that. But I know it's inevitable to choose anyone, let us go. And if you get away, you bring them back though. And if they keep on running to whatever they be coming, I'm hoping to know there isn't a back door. And I'm blinking a minute, the ending's coming, so we keep on preaching and fishing. I keep it 100, gotta keep on seeking the mission together. We running to the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. If not, you bugging. I'm blocking and ducking anybody mocking and mugging. Not gonna send them, but if it's gonna confront them. Walking among them, believers are not gonna shun them. Stop at the front and sinners are not gonna love them. Nothing above them, he's a pinnacle of miracles to anybody. My Lord's making alive in the spirit. Lies are subliminal, minimal discernment. We get you guys stuck in a biblical ritual, seeking the visuals. They look up besides, my God's keeping individuals plugged to the vine. And I know that they'll deny it to their death, but I'ma preach till my dying breath. It's the moment y'all been running from, like scattered roaches up in a slum. Numb to the truth, till the kingdom comes, they shall bow. From both ends of the earth he made no loose ends. From birth to grave he loosens all those depraved. Resurrected he's coming again, so he bout to move. He bout to move, he bout to move.
Give him the room, give him the room, give him the room. Hop in your coupe, hop in your coupe. You won't hop out and shoot, he bout to move. He bout to move, cause he got the juice.
Yeah. Lucky You Freestyle, your boy D.I. Disciple, featuring your boy Marrio Esco.
Wow.
That is it, guys. Yo, all that scheme where you went on about the 7-day relax. Yo, thanks, Josh. I appreciate it, my dude. Fire. I love it, man. I hope y'all loved it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. You guys see it first. It's going to be released tomorrow on YouTube. Thanks, Jasmine. Thank you. All glory to God. D.I. did his thing, man.
Crazy.
So it's gonna be released tomorrow on YouTube, but you guys, rock with us. So we like to give you guys some exclusive stuff.
Yeah.
Especially to the people that been with us, to the new faces. That's what's up. To the people just jumping in to see the video, I'm sorry. Y'all missed it.
You did. You're gonna have to go back.
You can go back and rewatch the show. Hold on, what?
Somebody put a bicep. Mr. Christopher.
Sammy, I love you, Sammy. Shout out to my wifey, Sammy. Tomorrow's her birthday. I love you. Shout out. Happy birthday, mama.
He said,
I can go with some water, please.
Bye, Pelitos.
I can have some water, please. So that's Lucky You.
Fire track.
Yeah, that challenged me, man. I didn't know how complex Eminem's rhyme schemes are. I had no idea, man.
I had to listen to that at least 20 times to get everything that you were saying.
Yo, Josh, I'm down, dude. You know that. Send it to me or whatever. Hit me up. But yeah, so what did you say? Yeah, so I'm going.
I'm saying
through.
I had to listen to it like 20 times to really catch everything you were saying.
So here's the bugged
first
out
time
thing.
through, you're like,
Yeah, here's the bugged out thing. Here's the bugged out thing. Follow me. DI, right? What his concept was when he did the first verse is he pretty much followed the same cadence, kind of married the same kind of conviction and delivery as Joyner.
Yeah.
But he flipped it with a biblical worldview while maintaining the integrity of the subject that he's trying to deliver.
Yeah.
You know how restricted that is?
That's hard, yeah.
That is super restricted. You got to follow the cadence. You got to follow the energy. You got to deliver it the same way, same beat. But you got to flip it in a biblical worldview. And you also need to all make sense. Everything you're saying. You can't just spit random words and not make sense.
Nah, that's no joke.
So here I am. Doing M&M's, and I'm like, what is he even doing? Dude, I'm like, I never analyzed Eminem's rhyme schemes like that. I never have. I never needed to. My love. Go ahead. Come on. Thank you, baby. I love you. See, it's real time, y'all. It's real time, y'all.
Dang, I didn't even get one of those.
Gil wants one.
My girl's, she's at home. But right now I could have been like, baby, I need some water. And then somehow a hand comes up.
Bro, I never studied his rhyme schemes, and then as I'm studying, I'm like, wow.
Eminem's crazy.
This dude is insane. What is he even doing? I'm gonna critique myself. Because that's how I am. I'm a critique. I don't care. You know me. Thank you, baby. Look at that. Real time, y'all. Real time.
Somehow, my wife, I don't know how she did it. Thanks, Leslie.
Yo, hold up.
Best.
People are saying something. Well done, guys. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. I really like what you guys do. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love that. Everybody jumping in. Mike, what's up? I love y'all. So, Mike, I think you missed the video, but I got you. Don't worry about it. So so now I'm like studying Eminem's whole rhyme scheme and everything, and I'm like, man, this dude, like, wow.
He killed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Syllables are hidden within syllables. He makes up his own rules. He doesn't go by English grammar whatsoever. Like, he makes up his own syllables. He makes up his own rules, but it works. And you're able to understand what he's saying. So now I'm limited to those restrictions. And praise God, man. I wrestled through. There was a point where I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull this off. But, I wrestled through and I made it through. And then I got the visuals. Yo, shout out to, oh my goodness, I cannot forget. Jay Vasquez Visuals. Yep. That's the dude who shot the video.
Fired up.
The concept for the video was real simple, as you guys saw who did see it. Sorry for the guys who didn't. We're going to release it publicly tomorrow, or you can rewatch the show and find it. But I was like, yo, the concept for the video, I didn't want to make it complex because the people who know me know I like film. Know I like to make things complex. You can see my last videos that I've done.
Some kind of tech in your hands.
Yeah, but this one I was like, yo, DI, this is a feature. Like, yo, we should just, this is straight performance. This is your typical buildings. We don't need to go crazy. And shout out to Jay Visuals, because he came through and he had the eye for it. He did his thing, and then I came back and I went to work and just started, editing, cutting up, pasting everything together. DI nitpicking everything, calling me up. No.
I like that even though you guys had like a one-dimensional shot, you guys played with distances and stuff like that. Like there were shots where you guys were mad far. Like I liked how you guys did different types of shots, but still kind of facing the same direction.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you guys never did shots like from the ground up or anything like crazy.
And I got to think, because I was thinking that. I was thinking like what my mind was thinking, close, mid, and far. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But Jay made it happen. Like I didn't know how he was going to do it, but he made it happen. He got the shots.
It came out really dope.
Yeah. And he knew how to work the camera. So shout out to him. Definitely a blessing to work with him. And we did it under 30 minutes. The video shoot.
That's crazy.
Like we were in and out. The cops came, of course, within the 30 minutes.
For real?
DI gave me a vest.
Oh yeah, 'cause y'all looking like hoodlums.
You know, we're looking like we're about to break in somewhere. In less than 30 minutes, here come the cops.
Damn.
In an abandoned, nobody's around, abandoned buildings. DI's shaking. I'm like, DI, I got this. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you messed
This is a
up.
Worcester, man. Like, I got this.
I know
I
DI
got
right
this.
now is over there like this guy.
The cop looked over. He was like,
I was shaking because
Yo.
it was below 32.
well, the thing is that I can't say certain things. Sorry, but I'm familiar with cops being in the area. So when the cop
Yeah.
came through, I'm like, I'm good. We've used the space before. Cop came through, and the first thing he was like, "You guys don't have guns on you, do you?"
Well, that's a
"Oh, I'm
straightforward
sorry,
question.
officer. Yeah, I actually have.
Yes.
It's like,
Would you like to see my
nah.
bazooka?
yeah. No, so he just let us be after that, and then we just filmed. Boom, like we were just looking around in the space and looked at what was, what looked good, and boom, shot it. Less than 30 minutes, boom, done. I edited it. It would have taken me maybe 3-4 hours tops.
I mean, it was just 30
But
minutes.
then with DI, you got to add like another 8-10 hours.
Why is that? Why is that? Why are you throwing?
You know.
Why are you throwing Di under the bus like that?
DI is like, yo, when I said that S, that strong, I didn't pronounce the S right.
So you had to fix the
I was
video.
like, oh, okay.
You had to Photoshop it.
I had to
be like-
Photoshop animation.
so him to be like, yes,
Here you go, Di. Is that? Yo, Di, you know I love you, my dude.
this dude's foul, man.
You know I love you, man. So yeah, man.
He said you gotta add 8 to 10
Yeah.
hours to the Di. You a stupid foul.
Yo, he knows I love him, man. But it was fun, man. It was cold. It was cold. Somebody said with the artwork I put out, he was like, Marrio, you look like you were freezing. I was like, dude, it was brick out there. Cold.
It's been cold lately, and you were
And
only
it
wearing
was
a little
windy that
vest
day,
and a
too.
shirt.
Yeah. I had my sweater and the vest on top. That did absolutely nothing.
Dang.
Just gave it the look.
Y'all don't know. New England cold is cold.
I ain't shook. Look, he said I was shaking.
I told you Di was gonna
D.I.
come
was
at
shaking.
you. He said you
D.I.
said I
looked
was
like he was doing the
shaking.
Harlem Shake. You can see in the video actually when you go back and look at the video.
Oh, look at he said I'm a perfectionist. He shook his
Yo,
own head to himself.
Yo, speaking of which, in the video, wifey was making fun of me.
Why?
She said I look goofy with the tight sweatpants.
Oh,
I'm like, what you mean?
she was ragging on you.
She was
like,
okay,
she's like, he's all big up here and small legs. He was like, he looks like a lollipop just walking around.
yo, for real. No, she was making fun of me.
Yeah.
Well, you know in fashion, like that was no.
I don't think it was bad.
No, that's like, come on.
I would for the video though.
It's
I
supposed
wouldn't
to
have
be
worn
like a
sweatpants.
post-apocalyptic type.
Yeah, where do you see people wearing sweatpants in
I don't know,
post-apocalyptic?
dude. Like,
it's jeans.
How do you know
black
somebody
jeans,
was in
blue
his sweatpants
jeans?
waking up in the middle of the night? Like, oh no.
Yes, but eventually they find some jeans. You never see on any show somebody rocking around with some
Somebody
sweatpants.
find me a picture of a
Yo, you
post-apocalyptic
are not finding the
character
post-apocalyptic
in
sweatpants. I feel like when that happens, everybody burns the sweatpants.
Nobody burns it.
They're like, let's burn them. We
Bro,
don't. Nobody needs
Do
these.
you not think that it gets cold outside and people prefer sweatpants over jeans?
It's possible, but if you get bit by something, it's gonna be a lot harder through jeans than freaking sweatpants. It's gonna go right through.
All right, my bad, people.
That right there was a deep
That
dive
was a
on
good
Walking
deep dive,
Dead.
though. I think that was a good deep dive. That was necessary to understand and explain my sweatpants
You
in a
probably
post-apocalyptic
actually
era.
you probably would have been
I would've done
warmer if you
I
had
would have done
jeans.
it in post-apocalyptic times.
You would have.
You know what? When the post-apocalyptic times come,
This
I'm
dude
gonna
is
wear
like-
my sweatpants
he's like,
and I'm gonna be like, Gil, what I tell you?
No, his motto to everybody, they're gonna be like, "What the heck you wearing?" He's like, "I know the world is over. Don't mean I can't be comfy."
All right, my bad, y'all. All right. Anyway, so what we got for today? So that was the first thing, the music video. Lucky You Freestyle. Check it out tomorrow. We're gonna premiere publicly. You guys, well, we premiered it here, so you guys saw it first. So tomorrow we're gonna release it to everybody else. And today we got an empty doc.
Yeah,
We go off a doc usually.
yeah.
What main topics and everything. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I study the culture, hip hop. Mainly that's what I'm in as a creative. as I study, the things that I need to study. Obviously, I don't feel like I need to explain that. But I study the culture and I study what's going on, so we could bring it to the podcast and kind of talk about the things that are happening. And there's a few things, but I feel like the secular platforms are like covering whatever at this point, because there's like nothing to really cover as far as entertainment, music, stuff like that, or things happening like that. You know what I mean?
I think we just talk about us, man. What's new with us?
We did have some things that so usually what me and Gil do is that we pay attention, right? And then we hit each other up.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about those things. And we'll be like, yo, put that on the doc. And then I'll be quick to put it on the doc. But with holidays and everything, like everybody doing their thing, I didn't have the chance, or it slipped my brain and I didn't remember to put it on the doc, so I didn't put it on the doc.
We had like 2 good subjects. We
had a lot of good subjects.
We're going to cover this. I'm like, yo, did you put it on the doc? Like, nah. I was like, did you? Nah.
You know, one thing that I do want to talk about though, and it might be a little geeky for the for the people. I'm not sure if there's any creatives or anything like that in here, but it might be a little bit toward the industry side of things.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I wanted to talk about was relationships. As a creative. And then also I wanted to talk about, what was the other thing we were talking about? Was it age?
Yes. How age.
We hinted at those things before.
Yeah. It's just crazy how before, especially in the entertainment space, age was a factor. It was all apart the marketing scheme. You had to be young and vibrant and get the masses of that crowd or whatever. Where now you have older, veteran musicians that are now coming out with projects and being more relevant than ever. Just crazy. I love it.
I see it like this. Well, somebody said it, but crazy. I can't just refer to it. But somebody was saying it. They were saying that they're surprised how the young generation is quick to say, our voice counts, and the old generation like, shut up, your voice.
Like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Your voice is irrelevant. You have no weight. You're old. You're washed. You're this. You're that. But then they were making a point that the young ones are not realizing that age is fleeting. Youth is fleeting.
Yep.
And so you have somebody who's 26 saying you 30-plus-year-olds are old and washed, and not realizing that 4 years is going to go by like that in your 30s.
Yep.
And your youth.
And now you're talking
gone.
about yourself.
And now you're talking about yourself. And now you were part of that wave of the youngins saying the old people don't matter, your voice don't matter, you're washed, shut up, you don't know. And now here you are,
just
shooting
close the door on
yourself. Exactly, shooting yourself in the foot because you didn't pave the path and show the youngins how to age in this thing gracefully, like a leader would. Yeah. Paving the way. If you're still alive, you should be still paving the way. If we look at it like the church, look at the church. You come into the church, you serve in ministries in certain areas, and then you start growing if depending on your gifts and your talents and your abilities.
Yep.
And then recognizing those things, they start, the Lord is directing you in your own convictions and your own growth, but they start recognizing those gifts and abilities and start putting you in positions to grow because that's what they're supposed to be doing. Everybody has gifts.
Yeah.
Got to flourish those gifts and grow, right?
Yep.
As they continue to grow, when does he retire in the church? And his ministry is no longer relevant in the church, and he's old and he could be in his house and never come to church and serve again. Never, dude, until you're dead.
Never.
Yeah. So you're always paving the way if you look at it in that perspective. And we should look at things in that perspective with everything that we do. Yeah, right?
It's true.
Just like you were saying, in everything that we do. So the biblical way is to pave the wave. If you're called in this era, you pave the wave.
The thing that is doesn't make sense too is like you would think that would be a promotion. Like, yo, that could be me. Like, my career is nowhere near over because I'm young and this dude is still doing it.
Right.
Like, that just secures my bag. Like, okay, I'm good.
You should be desiring that.
That's what I'm saying.
You should be
Like, that should be something to applaud. Like,
Right.
yo, that's
Fact.
going to be me.
Fact.
If I continue to grind, I could do that.
Fact.
But if he listens and 30 years old, yo, shut up. There's nothing to look forward to now. It's like
you close the doors on yourself.
Yeah.
Because eventually you're gonna
it's
hit
like,
30.
dang, in 4
and then
years,
you're like, oh, there
my
goes
career's
everything.
over in 4 years.
There goes everything.
Well, that sucks.
It's all over.
Oh, wow.
And that's not the way it works, bro. Like, that's not the way it works.
Doesn't even work that way in life. There's no set year to retire. You retire when you want.
Yo,
I mean,
look at Jeff. What up, Jeff? Big part of generation has been taught they are the center of everything and should always get a trophy and are always winners. Have a hard time recognizing reality like we've learned to do. Word. Okay, cool. I get
It's
exactly
true.
what he's saying. Yeah.
I couldn't stand that either. Like growing up and then getting older and seeing that kids are getting trophies for showing up
Right.
because they don't want to hurt their feelings.
Right. So everybody earns something without actually having to earn anything.
No.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why, I don't know the deep dive, but
Deep
that's why
dive,
that's why
man.
a lot of people now take, advantage of government and receive, benefits and
Oh,
they're
you
not even
definitely deep dive.
and they're not even really deserving it. But
Yeah.
think about it. If you've been conditioned to receive free every single time, and then you get to a point where you're like, you know what? It's almost like a realization. Why am I working hard? When
Right.
I've been given everything since I was a kid.
It's almost like take advantage of everything.
Yeah.
Like,
So if I've been already-
take advantage of everything.
I've
is
already
the
been
attitude.
blessed all this time. Now I'm older. Now you're saying I have to work hard for it?
Yeah.
No. So I'm just going to chill at home and receive some payments.
You're just gonna milk it.
Yeah, I'm going to milk it.
Where you can milk it, milk it.
But if you started from the very beginning as a child, earning every single thing you've ever had,
Right.
all the way up to adult, you are not going to want to take handouts because you know the fruit of working.
Right.
You know the work and toil leads to a prize that you are in control of.
You know what you just made me think of? That's probably why depression is like big right now. You know what I mean? Like, are people
How so?
struggling with depression because everybody wants success, but they don't want to work for it.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's
So
true.
everybody's looking for the handout,
Yeah.
and ain't nobody gonna give you $1 million just like that. Like, you got to work for that. And that's why it's like you never succeed. Like, you're like, you're like looking for the handout to succeed in life, but you never want to work for that success. And you never get handed that success you're looking for
Yeah.
because you got to work for it. Doesn't it all make sense?
That's crazy, huh?
Doesn't it all make sense?
People just sitting in their house like, man, I want to have that business. So go get it. Nah, man, that's a lot of work.
Yo,
Man,
that's
I want to
fact.
be successful.
Hard work pays off, man. I think, that's something that we got to push out there. Hard work pays off. You know what I learned? I put out a post recently. I said, I didn't have an audio engineer. I became one. I didn't have a manager, a marketing team,
Perfect.
promotion team.
That's a
I
perfect
became
example.
those. I didn't have all these things. I became these things because I realized that I need to depend on myself to make things move. You can't. People are always gonna fall short.
Yeah.
And you know what? We all fall short. It's just reality. Like, you have your families, your work, anything beyond that, your responsibilities as if you're a family man, if you have these responsibilities, like anything beyond that is really difficult to achieve. Cause time is super short. You know that.
Comes and goes.
You come home, it's dark out.
Comes and goes.
Dinner,
man.
a little bit of something, and go to sleep. Like
A
that.
little bit of Monica.
No, I'm not saying that. Time is short, bro. Time is short.
It is. And even our bodies, man. It's like, and I play with my daughter and I'm like, ow,
Yeah.
dang.
So what I'm
Getting
saying,
kinda old.
what I'm saying is,
Like-
what my point of this is that not only to take advantage of the time that you have and work for it. Like,
Yeah.
you can't be depending on anybody. You got to be the person to move forward.
Yeah.
You need to, if nobody's there, if you do your work to ask for help, right, and you don't have the help that you need, or you find out that the help is too far for you to even ask for, it's outside of your reach, maybe financially, whatever it may be, then do it yourself. If you want it to happen, do it yourself. Invest in, if you don't have the budget to invest in your projects because these it's unaffordable for you, so then utilize that budget to invest in yourself. Here's an example, very simple, basic for the creative: recording yourself in a home studio.
Yeah.
Versus going to an actual studio. And now studio owners will be mad at me. I get it. If you got the money and you got the budget, go to a real studio. Of course. Yeah. I'm just talking to the people that don't have those things. Invest in yourself with that little budget that you have, and then you can record yourself nonstop. You don't got to worry about it. You got access to all your masters.
It's actually not that crazy expensive either compared to what you would spend on a project. Like a good project with all the cost of mixing, mastering, and all that, you could easily get a basic setup to record yourself.
For real. Epinero, I'm going to like that. I'm going to pin that too. Epinero said, I just want to live off the government so I could be a full-time rapper.
Dang.
Whew. Bro, that's one thing that we wanted to talk about. Actually, it fits what we're talking about. Broke, starving creatives.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we wanted to talk about.
Facts.
And it fits.
Epinero, that was you.
Yo, Epinero, thank you.
You just brought us back.
I'm going to share my doc with you so you can help me. Yes, that's what we wanted to talk about. And that's perfect. Thank you for that segue. Broke rappers trying to make it.
Yeah. Because
painting a facade to the public view that they are successful, that they got it made, that they're popping, that they're hot, but they can barely afford their next recording session.
Yeah. Or their bills at home, or their cell phones, like more, anything. It could be any kind of issue that you are not dealing financially wise. You have to start rethinking everything.
Bro, I thought about that in myself.
Trying to be a full-time artist or not. Like, even if you have a job and you still struggling, then you maybe need to stop rapping and get another job. Like,
for real. I always tell people, because they always hit me. The Lord is so good.
Yeah.
He gives me a different time than everybody else, I think. I'm not bragging and boasting. That's how I understand it. I'm like, how is this possible that I could do all these things sometimes? Like, I'm for real. Like, prayer and trusting in God, and bro, it's powerful. Okay, full-time job, wifey, kids, still committing to the gym, the show, the videos, the music. And like, yo, dude, what I stress to people all the time, number one, because I wasn't always this way, because I wrestled with that. But what I stress to people all the time is like, dude, make sure your priorities are on point and everything else will fall into place. We understand that God first. Boom, God first. Because everything falls under that.
Yeah.
Your understanding of who he is. That comes first. He comes first. Then your family. Then work. Because if work interferes with family, what do you have to do?
Yeah.
Is it your job first over your family, or your family over your job?
To get a new job.
There you go. So family first, then work. I think it's work in church. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. You know why I say work in church? Because if you're in church and you lose your job and you don't find the other one and you're lazy, you better get a job.
Yeah.
That's why I say that.
Facts.
But prioritize all these things first. And if all these things check out, you're free. You're free. You want to rap? Go rap. You want to play video games? Well, as long as, your responsibilities are taken care of, do your thing. Right. Do your hobby. Do whatever you do, whatever you enjoy doing. There you go. As long as the priorities are all lined up, dude, you're free. Go do it. And of course, for the creative, the desire, right? The desire for the creative being transparent and real. It is what it is. And that's what we talk about here. We don't care. The desire for the creative is I would love to replace my job with my passion.
Yeah.
That's the desire for the creative.
Jeff Wickens says, you got 24 hours in a day, just like everyone else. No one else has got an excuse because they got 24 hours in their day too.
Fact.
Use every minute, every second.
And Empanera says, I don't want to invest in the equipment. I just want to tell engineers I'm going to put you on when I make it. Man.
That's
also
wild.
facts. Also facts. Yo, don't worry about it, man. I'm gonna hook you up when I make it.
When I blow up,
everybody's
come
trying.
with me.
Everybody's trying to, make something happen, dude. Like I understand that. You have videographers who are saying, pretty much every videographer who are saying, cough up your money. Videographers you see them on social media. We all see them.
Yeah.
There's more than a few where you see they're mad and they're making fun of people who don't pay.
Yeah.
What's your budget? I got you. And then the producers say, it's funny, the producers are saying the same thing the videographers are saying. The broke artist who comes through.
Yo, I got you.
I got you.
This
Ain't
video's
that funny?
gonna take off.
Ain't that funny? So I get it. Like, I get it's sad. The broke artist is like coming, but we have to understand it in a bigger scale. Like in every case by case, because some people got it. And the producer's like, that dude needs to be on my beats. And that dude, now all of a sudden, tables turn and, come in. You don't have to pay nothing. Let's go. Yeah, because now the artist got something to give.
Yo, can I give a story on that? It's actually helpful and actually better sometimes. Not every time. It won't work every time.
Definitely relate. I see you. Go ahead, go.
But just being real with the videographer or whatever service
For real.
that you're trying to get. You know what I mean? I think the engineers and the videographers get mad when you walk into the studio acting like you the next, big thing and that you're going to blow up, and then you don't. And it's just like, now you were just being shady. But if you just tell them straight up, like, look, bro, I'm broke. I'm really trying to get in here. Like, can you
What
work
can I
with
do?
me? Like,
What can I do?
I just want to record.
I'll take out the trash.
Like, yeah, just
Can I intern here?
what do I need to do to get up in here? And
Well,
to
you could
be
barter.
honest,
You could
that
barter.
actually was something that happened with me. I spoke to some a hip hop dancer, and you know what I mean.
bartered.
No, I just straight told him, look. Well, yeah, actually, I did
You
barter
bartered because you
Yeah.
did the video.
Well, no. What I did was I was like, look, bro, I don't have a budget to hire a whole dance team for this video concept I have.
For those that don't know, Gil takes professional ballet part-time. Go ahead.
Yes. My tutu is being steamed right now as we speak.
No, continue,
So
man.
anyway, so
Why are you ashamed of that, bro? Embrace that, bro.
ashamed of what?
Really? Oh, you don't want to...
Or the ballet? I just told them that my tutu's
Yo,
being
you're going
steamed.
to rub with it. Oh, you're going to save face and try to flip it on me so I can feel awkward.
What do you mean?
Touche. How about that? Touche. How about that? Go ahead. Good. Hat off to you, sir. Good job.
I'm bald, so I for sure
Good
would
job.
toupee.
Go ahead. Go
Touche.
ahead. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah. So I asked the dude, he's a hip hop dancer, and I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna be real. I don't got money to pay you. But what I will do is I will feed all y'all crew. Like your whole crew, your stomach's gonna be good. I'm gonna feed all y'all.
That
Trust.
is definitely a Puerto Rican move.
And dude, he was like, you know
I
what?
got pateles
He's
on
like,
deck.
this is what he said straight up. He was like, I'm sick and tired of
On
people.
the deck right now cooking. I got patelas on the deck.
He was like, you know
right
what?
now
It's
cooking.
funny that you say that
In the
because I
grill.
have a lechon right in my trunk right now. So he was like, yo, you know what? I actually really appreciate your honesty.
Look at Zay. Zay is up in here. What up, Zay?
Say that.
What up, my dude?
His tutu is being
His tutu
steamed.
is being steamed as we speak. Go ahead. Go
I gotta
ahead.
run
go
with
ahead.
things with
Go
this
ahead.
dude.
Go ahead. No, you got it.
Anyway,
You're hanging, bro.
so listen.
ahead.
So I tell him I'm broke. And he's like, yo, I appreciate your honesty. He was like, I appreciate your honesty, and because you were honest,
For the
I'm gonna
people
help you
chiming in
out.
here.
And dude, he blessed me with like 3 or 4 dances. They all just for the love of creating art because I was honest with him, and it worked. I mean, the video and the song that I was trying to do didn't end up working out, and that's like a whole nother story for another day. But the fact that they came out and we had like 7-8 rehearsals, like it was gonna be a dope
legit. It was
video.
legit.
Dope video. I'm actually upset about it. But the point of the story is that sometimes if you're real with people and just be honest, sometimes those professionals will be like, yo, I know what it's like to not have nothing. Because everybody's been there. Every videographer remembers the point when they were like, I want to be a videographer. But guess what? You ain't got nothing.
Here's the thing. I learned how to do video. I learned how to edit video. I learned color grading. I learned photography, photo, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I can understand in that perspective. I think I can't look at the guy who doesn't know the stress that comes with those things and try to judge him. I can understand it. So the best I could do is let you know through the show if you listen to it and you're creative, you're one of those guys. It takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
I underestimated how much work it took to just edit that simple video. My faithful followers saw when they chimed in at 8:30.
You rubbing it in.
Nah, I love everybody.
All y'all that came in late,
man. 8:30.
He's
Wednesdays,
rubbing it in right
Wednesdays,
now.
8:30.
You guys missed the music video.
I need y'all. Rock with me. So yeah. So in the video, like you see the video is mad simple. Boom, cut.
Yeah.
But bro, those cuts, you're sitting there, you're doing every single cut.
That must be mad.
Every
tedious.
cut. And then you got someone like D.I. who's like, yo, I didn't pronounce my S. I'm like, bro, your lips are like, how do you see that? So I had to go back, chop up, replay. Dude, I had like 4 clips that all of them, all his voice was off. It was all over the place. So I had to strategically do 2 words, 3 words, and super chop. You would never notice it. Like when you see it, you'll never notice it. But that's what I had to do. Wow. But anyway, my point of that is, yes, it takes work.
Crazy.
When you're talking about lighting, if you're talking about and as you can see, that video wasn't complex at all. So imagine with a story or different locations you got to travel to, all that other stuff that comes with it. I understand the work that goes behind it, and they do get offended, rightfully so. They're like, dude, it takes all this work. A music videographer, he is also the producer, the guy who's writing the script, the guy who's directing, the guy he's doing all these things.
Not to mention the investment in the equipment.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying though. At producer, he's paying out. When you see the videos that Jay Visual does, and he has the smoke grenades and all that, all those effects happening. Oh yeah, he's paying for that through the budget that he tells the artist. So it's $500. He's gonna pay out of that $500 for all those stuff, the additional things. So it all depends. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, what do you do when the videographer is demanding a price that's not affordable for most of the artists? And now instead of paying the videographer, they go out and buy themselves a brand new Ford, a GH5 or something.
Still need somebody to film though.
Welcome to Worcester.
I don't know if you guys can hear.
If you hear some gunshots behind us,
somebody's beefing.
It is what it is. We're gonna continue the show.
Dang, they're going hard.
Yeah, they're going at it out there. I thought it was cats at first. I was like, "This dogs barking, cats going crazy.
Nah,
what's going on?"
It's people going at it right
People
now.
going at it. But anyway, so yeah, it takes work. So on both sides, it's it's tough, man. It's tough. If you don't have the budget, I would say invest in yourself. If you can't invest in yourself, I would say maybe you might want to step away a little bit or do what you can with the art. If you can't spit in a recording studio, why not just look for performances? Why not just go and perform out there? Just do the little things that you can do. What I'm saying is if you are not able to achieve one thing, just not dumb it down, but step down and reach for the things that you can actually grab and then work your way up.
Well, honestly, too,
you know what I'm saying?
I think as a society, we've fit ourselves so much into what is common.
I see you, Brandon. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I think we've fallen so much into, this is the way the things are done. So what I mean by that is, as artists, although we see the trends of social media, music videos, and all that, we feel like it's necessary to have to do every single thing that everybody else is doing.
Right.
Like, if you can't afford a video, that doesn't necessarily mean you are not going to make it or that you're not going to be successful. You can still market your music and your product and you know, be true to yourself without having not one visual.
Right.
We don't have to do it. I mean, the secular world, yeah, they have those huge budgets and all that. So we feel like we got to do the same thing, which is why it becomes whack when you got artists that you know don't got money and they having these lavish, dope videos with Lamborghinis and all this craziness.
They get the bag. They get the investment.
They don't really have any of that, but they showing it because they want to look.
Yeah, it's
like,
all perception.
Exactly.
Jasmine says the good thing is that now there's plenty of resources that help you learn the skills that you need to make it as a creative, and she's right. YouTube has some good videos out there. Also, what is that?
Udemy? Yeah, I've used that. Udemy is like
you can get
like
courses to help learn as well. So they're like online classes.
Yeah. So you can look up any topic, dude. Like that Udemy thing.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Anything. You could learn virtually anything. And the classes are mad cheap. You could pay like per class.
Oh, let's pin that too.
So it's pretty dope.
Yeah,
that's a really
fire.
good tool, Jasmine.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, take advantage of all the resources and everything that's available out there for you to learn the craft, man. And really, it all comes down to hard work again. It all comes down to you have to put in that work. That's one of the things that me and Gil are talking about, because for those that know, I used to be with Wrath and Grace. I'm no longer with Wrath. Yeah. But I love them. I love their ministry. No hard feelings at all. Those are my people. Those are family. They'll always be family. I still talk with most of them that are on the squad. I still talk with most of them. And since then, me and Gil had this vision a long time ago, a while back, and now we're circling back and we're saying to ourselves, you know what? We've invested the time, the resources, the money, the experience, the failures, the ups and downs. We've invested all this, and I think we're ready. In the last year and a half, man, we done performed at South by Southwest. We done, went down to Georgia, performed out there. We done, met Shylin and chopped it up with him, performed with Shylin, resolved the whole crew, met up with other artists and whatnot. Like, all right, it's time, man. It's time to switch gears. We made the investment, and now it's time to switch it up. And really, we want to just stay independent. And next year, our goal is product. Just pump out music. Like, it's just gonna be music.
We got
along with the
coming.
podcast and everything that we're doing already currently. But we're gonna go like focus really hard, laser focus on just create product. Let's just get this stuff out there, and that's what we're going to do come next year. But we're able to do that because of the initial investments that we made. You got to make those investments. I hear Kat saying, I hear dudes saying, yo, if nothing doesn't pop, and I know they know who they are, and I'm not going to say it. I love this dude. That's my dude, and I hope you're encouraged by this, and we'll talk about it even after. But if something doesn't pop, I'm done. You got creatives that's common. That's even for any creative. That's common. That's not even like singled down to one person. That's very common with the creative because it's very difficult. You invest all this time and effort and energy and all this stuff, and you never those that are not signed with mainstream. If you're not signed, if you're not in a position where you can make back on your investment, you're taking a hit every single time.
Yeah.
You're taking a hit every single time, and so you get discouraged.
You start learning your own little skills. And you
there's two things here. There is the pretend creative, and the pretend creative is very simple. It's just the person who doesn't realize that they're actually not creating out of the need to create. They're creating out of the need to be seen and heard. They're looking for attention. That's the pretend creative. That's the one that's like it's not embedded in them. It's not driving inside of their hearts. You know what I'm saying? It's not moving them. They don't feel the call, the tug that I gotta create.
Yeah.
I have to make this. No, they feel the desire to be recognized. And if they never recognize, they never succeed. They don't feel any success in the art that they create, the completed product, where you build a house and you step back from your house and you say, dope, I built that. That's the type of success that a true creative has.
Yeah.
That's the type. That is the definition of success for the creative that does it just to sit back and appreciate the art that they create. Regardless if anybody praises it, it doesn't matter. You need to create. That's a true creative versus the one that's like, if nothing pops, if I don't get what I want, if I don't make, quote unquote, make it, I quit. Yeah. I'm done.
Yeah, it sucks. That's... one has to think, you know, are you really built for it if you're easily that swayed?
Right.
It's like, if you're that easily swayed, then quitting probably is the best thing for you.
That's what I'm saying. So if you are the one, right, if you are the one that is wrestling with wanting to quit because you're not getting the recognition, I wouldn't say quit immediately. I would say go back and realign your focus and pray about that and really search within yourself to see, because I feel that and I understand that. I get it. Like sometimes you're like, dude, like I'm pouring out my everything here.
Nothing's
you know, you
working.
feel like you're drowning, but then I can't stop. No matter how many times I get like shocked. Oh, Spiritually Dead 2. Let's talk about it, please. Let's switch gears. Spiritually Dead 2 is the best music video in CHH in 2000. When did I release that? This year or was that last year? That was last year, 2017. Hands, even this year. Hands, I'm not even bragging and boasting. If you think I'm bragging and boasting, I'll shoot the link to you, watch the link, and then get back to me and just tell me if I'm like, just let me have it. Just let me have it if I'm wrong. Chew me up. I don't care. Make a meme. Make fun of me. Whatever. Like, tell me I'm wrong. Hands down. And I'm thinking to myself, in my young ignorance, just a few years ago, I'm like, this is going to take off, man. The stuff we're going to have with this, man. I'm talking about 30 plus crew, cast and crew. We got SAG union actors in this video. We're recording on a $70,000 camera. We're on different sets and everything. This video is phenomenal. Best, hands down. And I'm like, this is gonna... It came and went. Glass, like grass that withers. It grew, it died. It came,
that video was insane.
I bet you most people saw the video on their phones like this. Oh, that was dope. That was a wrap.
That was it.
So right after that, I should have quit. Like in all natural,
heck yeah,
a natural person would say, Mario.
Yeah, after putting that much work, because that was months and months and months of planning and executing. I was there. I saw. I witnessed, and it was a long process. From storyboards to writing scripts to now looking for locations, building sets, moving furniture to make everything look the way it looked. It was insane. It was insane work.
Right.
To then have someone just be like, wow. Just keep scrolling. It's like,
bro. That right there is a hit that you're supposed to take, and the natural person is supposed to say, I'm done.
Yeah.
That right there is when you would say, that's it, dude. That's it. You spent most of your life like doing what you do. And then I wrestled. Dude, I wrestled, man. I wrestled with all the thinking of, why is it that I can't just stop and walk away? Why is it that I still want to keep going, dude?
Yeah.
I still want to keep creating. I wrestle with that and then I finally thought to myself, because I would question, this is what I'm saying, prioritize. This is where I had to pause and reconsider everything and think about everything I'm doing and say, am I chasing this in vain? Is this empty? I had to sit and pause and think about it.
One begs to think, are we insane?
I felt.
Because what does they say? If you keep doing the same thing over and over, and get the same result,
that's insanity.
It's insanity. And yet we just keep doing the same thing over and over.
No, but no. Okay.
We're not.
Don't equate that with insanity. I equate. You totally shifted gears, bro. Flipping it up. You know what? That could be. I used to.
People would look at us and be like, "Dude, these dudes are insane."
I used to associate with insanity too. I would tell you, I'd be like, "Bro, I'm insane. I don't know. I just keep going. I get older and I want to keep going." But then I thought about it. You know why? I thought about it. I sat back and I really wrestled with that, and I was like, "Yo, you know what it is? People paint the picture of success and you believe it."
Yeah.
So the quote unquote made it. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but it applies to this as well. The quote unquote made it was not what I was ever after. The picture that they painted in front of me of what success was, I believed it and I went to achieve that. And when I didn't achieve that, that's when I got the sense of failure and I didn't succeed. And is this a waste of time? And then I should quit logically. Yeah. And yet instead I was inspired again. And I went back to the beat and back to I'm like, man, I got to write this.
And most successful people can never tell you the moment they made it, because in their minds, they never stopped. Or they feel they never actually made it yet. And that's because they have that insane mentality of grow, continue, push, move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they continue to move forward no matter what, they don't ever feel like they made it. They don't have like a place to land. Because in their mind, it's forever. I'm going to do this forever. So there is no like, all right, finally, I got here. I don't have to do this anymore. Because then begs the question, were they really ever
No, it was
creative?
All the comfort of the recognition of knowing that you got the reward.
Yeah, those who actually quit. But I'm saying if they didn't, is because they did it because they just want to do it.
They wanted to be put on that pedestal. And then the ones that just keep going, bro, those are just true creatives, man. Let them live out their calling, bro. Why do people put more attention to the creative over the plumber, the lawyer, the electrician, the IT guy? Why is it the creative gets to frowned upon and watch out, you got more responsibility than every other position? I don't think that's the case at all. I think that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, I let the creative be the creative. If they're creating and they're doing their thing and they're Christian, even I kind of question that too. I question that. Like, why not come alongside and share and support and pray? Do people out there, are they praying for your ministry? You almost feel like a creative, like you're isolated, like you're frowned upon, you're self-seeking. Like it's almost like this perception of self-seeking and frowned upon and stiff arm, you're the rapper trying to make it again, like the way that they describe it. You're the creative trying to make it. It doesn't matter what creative space you're in. You're the actor trying to land a main role. You're the whatever. You're an entrepreneur. You desire to have your own business someday. Oh, you with your dreams. Any dream, any ambition that you have is frowned upon. Like, you work.
It's true.
Go get a job. Work for the other guy that has the ambition. What's wrong with you? With your twisted mind. You work for the guy with the ambition. That's security.
You put your ambition back in your pocket, young man.
That's security.
That's crazy how people disregard your passion and yet they affirm you supporting someone else's.
Yeah.
Because right now, I don't know if you guys know this, but all y'all jobs is supporting someone's dream.
Right. It's a vision. It's all a vision, right? Any organization,
someone's
business.
dream, and they're living out their dream.
Yeah.
And you are.
It all started with a dream.
Yeah. And you're propelling it. You're propelling that. So right now I work for Nestle. That's the company I work for. Every day that I'm making money for this company is for whoever's the head dude at Nestle, or female, because it could be female, at Nestle. So the question is, do you want to take the responsibility, pull up your pants or your skirt, and go and find yourself your own lane? and be that. Be that entrepreneur. Be that owner. So everything now falls on you.
Word. Look at Zadok. Zadok says, so y'all saying the 40-year-old with the dope bars that loves it should continue if he really bout that life and to not let some secular industry standard be his meter.
Facts.
Zadok, for real. I mean, Zadok, I know you're a dude who appreciate hip hop. Like when you look at the older cats putting out stuff, releasing stuff, nothing in you a little bit is like, yeah, that's what's up.
Of course.
Like, yo, that's what's up.
We all
man.
getting
like,
older, so it's
yo,
like,
do your thing, celebrate it, man. If you could do it, like, yo, age gracefully, man. Yo, Jay-Z is forever gonna be relevant because that dude is, he spits bars.
yeah.
He stays with he ages gracefully. Like when it comes to secular, I'm talking about. Like when I'm talking about secular, like I'm not praising. Obviously, we gotta throw the disclaimers out there. I think I'm just gonna have a button where the screen like pops up, and I don't have to explain myself every single time. And watch out, somebody's gonna take a clip.
You should do
and try
one of
to
those.
use it.
You should do one of those clips like they do for medicine.
Oh yeah, just hit the button.
Just a quick thing and like everything I'm saying right now is really not what I actually mean. As you're listening to this, I'm actually
you just dropped all the coffee right there.
This is live.
Yo, go grab a towel. I'm gonna hold it down.
It's live.
Say, wifey, I need a towel. This is live right now, y'all. Hold up. I thought you guys worked for Cabela's with those guns on set. Yo, Zadok, definitely. That's what's up. Yo, for real, man. Actually, Epinero, shout out to you, bro. You were supposed to shoot the film too. Caleb, you just jumping in now, bro? The video already played, my dude, but you could stick with us, my dude. Yo, for those that don't know Caleb, you haven't check his music out, man. That dude is doing his thing, man. Zadok, I'm glad you're with me. Yeah, man. I think we should celebrate it, my dude. I think that we should, especially as Christians, first of all, like we should be, this is not like a thing of like, yeah, the body's fading, the body's aging. I mean, we would like to reverse it, but we know the reality is we can't be reversing it. But the body's fading, man. The body's fading. So age gracefully as Christians, man. We understand it as just, this is a natural process, bro. Like it is what it is. And we're going to meet with our creator at the end of this temporary life. You know what I'm saying? And get new bodies that don't decay and fall apart, man. And we know that. And we seek for treasures where, thieves can't come in and steal. Rust can't destroy. We seek for eternal treasures. You know what I'm saying? And so this here, man, it's just be faithful in the areas that, that God has placed you. Be faithful with the things that God has given you. You don't got to be perfect with it, Gil. It's all good, bro. Come join us, man. Live. Someone just texted me. They were like, yo, bro, this ain't live. This is live? I'm like, bro, yeah, this is live, man. We just go with it.
Like we cleaning coffee live.
Yo, I'm answering text live. I'm like, yeah, bro, this is live. It ain't scripted. We just going with it. Yo, Brent, what up? Shout out to Grace and Glory. Shout out to Brent. I love you, bro. Love your product. I'm a fan. For sure. Gil, can you shut that? It's bothering me. Okay. So, Brent, we were just talking. Actually, Brent, it's a good time you jumped in. We were just talking about age in hip hop. Now, for those that don't know, Brent used to spit. Gil didn't even know that.
I knew he spit. I didn't know that he was like actually an artist, like performing and stuff like that. I there's people who spit all the time. Like I meet people that are like, oh, I spit. I'm like, did you ever record? Nah, I don't do that. I just spit. So I thought it was like that.
Did he actually spit right there?
Yeah, he was just like, he's like, yeah, I can spit hella good.
Yeah, I can spit. Watch this. You're like, might as well, man. The way hip hop's going. No.
At some point, spitting is gonna be literally spitting.
Yo, Brent. So we were talking about age. And we were talking about how, things are shifting. Things are shifting within the industry, man. So like I said, I study the culture. I listen to some stuff. I did no such thing, he said. And what I noticed is that even the influencers within the hip hop space, and I'm talking about, you know, the podcasts, the shows and everything like that, the influencers, you know, that are out there pretty much reporting on everything that's happening, highlighting whatever, you know, they've been recognizing that.
Yeah.
The whole, you know, the whole separation between age and the youth, and, you know, yelling at, you know, the old, like almost like giving up everything, almost like it's a natural thing in life though. Like some of the OGs are like hands off, let the youngins have their time kind of thing until they get really wild. Then they have to step in and intervene.
Take the belt.
You know, then they have to jump
Pop
in
out.
and have to be involved. And so it's like a natural thing that happens within our culture anyway. But then you notice like they take the reins back. Like as soon as it starts getting out of control, they take the reins back and they step in. Yeah. And I don't want this to be the podcast that we talk about secular beef, but you know,
it's kind of cool to see though.
You got Royce the 5'9" and you got Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
And that's that whole thing where that comes from.
Yeah. But it's still cool to see the older cats coming in and still pushing and being able to create and not be affected by age. It's something that is definitely brand new to our age.
Yo, I gotta pin this comment. We're about to go through this real quick, Zadok.
Okay.
That has to apply in CHH, especially the understanding of the gospel and discipleship is important. So the older homes, what do you say? Homies. I say homes. Sorry. The Hispanic. This is Hispanic in me. The older homies.
Mr. Beanie.
Who are it has the power over me. The older homies who are still dope with their pen should be supported. The young energy will always be next and have the opportunity to be heard, of course, but just like the body of Christ itself, the genre cannot be led by novices. I'm just talking real. I ain't dissing nobody though. That's 100% fact. Matter of fact, Zadok, I'm in a group. I can't actually, I don't know if I can talk about it. Can I? I think I could. I think I could talk about it. Certain things.
Is it the Illuminati?
No. I'm in this. I'm in this group, and I've been in it for a minute, and I forgot I was in it. But all of a sudden, it started going crazy. Like the messages started going crazy. So I chimed in. Then all of a sudden, I start getting text messages, and I'm like, "What's going?" And they're talking about the messages that I'm actually reading at the moment on the other app. So I'm going through all this noise, all this notification, and it's Phil. Phil, who used to be with Rapzilla, and he parted. I believe he parted from Rapzilla, and he's doing his own thing, like a marketing thing. But he's doing a vlog right now. He's putting out a vlog, and he's talking about. I can't make that announcement. I don't know if that's like exclusive, but the vlog is out there right now. It's on YouTube, so I can say that. So the vlog is out there, and he shares the vlog, and then we're all talking in the group. And then he talked about, it's interesting because I didn't know, because I associate Phil with Rapzilla naturally, Chad and all them and everybody, you know.
Yeah.
That's upper level to me. So I associate Phil with them. But then Phil's talking with all of us, you know, and he's talking about how he sees there's a need for leadership. And there's a few how do I say? I don't want to say mainstream, but there's a few artists that are in the group that have an influence that are all chiming in, and everybody's like, amen. Like everybody's all getting excited about something that we've been seeing for a minute. Actually, we go back to our first shows. We have tangents where we go off, for a whole hour about how the genre needs to shift and we need to flourish. We need to grow.
Which is why I believe that it's dead. And a lot of people disagree and they have all these things. And it's like, there's no leadership. There's no direction. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere. It's stagnant. It's the same artist. There's no new artists coming out. And if there is now, maybe now at this point, and I'm hoping that we have part of that influence. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. I'm glad that I'm seeing a little bit of change. But still, from conception, I'm seeing like when Christian hip hop has started, we should be a lot more developed than we are today.
Yeah.
And we're not.
And I think a lot of that has to do with people that are not hip with the business structure. People just lack of education, lack of understanding, natural diversity, because we're humans. And when it comes to Christianity, religion, the two things, is it the two things they say never talk about politics and religion?
Yeah.
And naturally you see that division there. So you have different theology, different, groups of Christians, you have different, whatever, different denominations and so on and so forth. Just a natural human tendency to want to lash out at each other, especially on social media, where it's easy to just post whatever you want to say without any consequence. So that's the challenge. Like, Phil is right, and I think we were right, and people who were talking about this are right. Leadership within. Now listen, so somebody would say we do have leadership, we have pastors in churches automatically.
Yeah.
And I would say amen to the individual. Amen to the individual creative. They have their responsibility personally to be plugged in and to seek discipleship and to not forsake the fellowship and so on and so forth. Confide in the fellowship, in one another, praying for each. Okay, that's just a natural responsibility. That's not the responsibility of the music industry.
Yeah.
That's not the music industry's responsibility. The spiritual growth of that individual, yes, that's the church's responsibility, but the church is not responsible for that dude blowing up in the industry and making money in the industry and all those things.
That's a good point.
If that applies, then that applies for you and what you do at your job, and that applies for me at what I do at my job. But my body doesn't get all up in my personal space like that and figure out, everything I'm doing at my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the way it operates. So when we talk about leadership, yes, as for the individual, they need the church, eldership, of course, yeah. But when it comes to the creative, just spitting rhymes or singing songs or acting on a show or whatever, when it comes to that, we need leadership in here, in this space.
Yeah, I agree.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, some workers have the union. I keep, kind of hinting at that because some kind of accountability and education system that flows to help the community flourish and build.
Yeah.
Whether that's podcast shows, more media sites, whatever, publicists, journalists, so on and so forth. I'm praying more podcasts come up. And KB is another one, Reach Records, right?
I mean, there should be a what's the word I'm looking for? As like a pumping heart, if you will. Like, it should be pumping new things, just like a heart pumps new blood constantly. Like, and that's what I don't see. Is I just see a handful of the same artists doing the same thing.
Yeah, they're like repackaging the same thing,
it's the
bro.
same artist,
Thank
same
you,
artist.
yo. Talk about it.
And that's
they're
what I'm
repackaging the same sound, the same everything, and they're straight taking advantage of an audience that's uneducated.
Yeah,
it's almost like selling like.
And it's sad
it's
because
like selling something to a little kid, like selling like something stupid, like oh you want this, or you $5, and you take that dude's whole earning and here you go and you win and you walk off with it. Like, this cheating.
Yeah,
like it's a selling out, and the audience is unaware because they don't actually have anything to compare to.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And now if true artists and creatives don't have outlets where they can be heard and seen, it will never get to the masses. And if the outlets that have the influence are only covering 5 people, excuse me, I'm about to go crazy, 5 people over and over again, how are we ever going to grow outside of that?
Can't.
I hate to do this, but I hate to say, look at the secular. I hate that they're the example. They shouldn't be. Look at the secular. You got mumble rap, you got boom bap, you got old school, you got West Coast, you got down south, you got Midwest, you got West. Bro, it's even influencing other cultures. Reggaeton has trap.
Facts.
Reggaeton artists are spitting on trap beats. Hip hop is flourishing even outside of there. I hate to be the one to point out the obvious, but I guess we got to look to the world for the example. Like, look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hold on. There's a lot of people that are chiming in right now. Let me go through a few of these.
Yeah, my computer just straight updated on its own.
That's all right, man. Here.
So I can't read nothing.
I got it. Let me jump in because I'm old man with it. My Pop Dukes. Shout out to Pop or Robin. I don't know which one of you. I think it's Pop Dukes. Pops, I love you. Shout out to Pops. Just an observation. I've seen many who do rap. Tons of youth who love hip hop. But how many do how many do Christian music? Okay, what platform is there for today's youth to see and learn? Pops, there's a few platforms that are out there that are doing their thing right now. Trackstars, Rapzilla, Jam the Hype, a few others, and it's starting to grow. This podcast,
you wrote
this podcast. No, I'm saying this podcast. Epinero says the scary thing about the new generation of Christian rappers is them stern from the less theological sound, charismatic side of Christianity. Oh, they stem. I think he meant to say they stem from the less theologically sound, charismatic side of Christianity. Fact of the matter is the gospel is offensive and intense. Biblical study and grounded sermons aren't happy-go-lucky giggles. And then he goes on and on and on. Yo, facts. Facts. Caleb's stuff is dope. The dope stuff, dope location. Appreciate that. Zadok says this is dope. Appreciate that, man. Keep chiming in. We got D.I. said, man. I try to walk away from doing music at least 20 times. God won't let me.
We all all creatives go through that at some point where you're just like, man, I'm done.
Yeah, for real.
And then you realize you're like, nah, I can't.
Jeff says, no shame in learning from what works. We just add truth to what works and it'll work even better. Jeff, for real. Shout out to Jeff. Yeah, man. Really, it's about, it's about learning and growing and educating each other. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
You know what I learned in IT? I don't mean to get geeky on y'all, but I learned that none of us really have the exact answer to a problem, but we work together and we find a solution together.
Yeah.
As a team.
And sometimes the solution can be a collective of ideas.
Right.
It doesn't have to come from one person. It could be this person's idea, this person's idea, this person, and this one all came together to form the solution that, CHH needed.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like we need to recognize each other more, man. We can't be like so afraid to lose fans or recognition or whatever, or I can't talk to you because you got this many followers. Who are you? You're not you don't have a badge on Instagram. You're not verified. I cannot talk to you. I only talk. Like, we just need to build. We need to open up, dialogue, talk more, address issues that we see together collectively, address areas that need improvement. Like, I'm saying journalists. I'm saying more podcasts. I'm saying more coverage, more news, and it's bubbling up.
It is.
It is bubbling up.
It's new.
It's a hot thing right now, and that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. And I love it. And that needs to continue to thrive. But we also need more managers.
Yeah.
We need more people that are educated in the music business to help come alongside the artist, the Christian artist that wants to glorify God and be true to the calling that they have, but also make a living. And then he can make an income. He does have an opportunity to make money. But how will he ever learn that if everyone's so quick to judge that and frown upon that profession? How would he ever learn that?
He won't.
He's almost isolated and kicked out. Like, you're a freak. Rap? That's vanity. Being in front of a camera? That's vanity. Who do you think you are? You know what I'm saying? Not that they say that straight up, but that's the vibe that you get. We need to shatter that, bro, and recognize what it is, man. Art for the creative, like, that can be a business as well.
Yeah.
And it can grow. And it can flourish. And it can be sustainable. And we should pray to be effective and infiltrate the culture, not stay in our own secure little safe zones and be afraid to come out. If anything, you should come alongside a creative more than anything because he has an influence. But you're quick to judge and jump on that dude as soon as he slips up publicly, but you're not quick to lend a helping hand. Pray for that dude and pray for his success and pray that he flourishes and blesses many.
It's facts.
It's really hypocritical. I'm sorry to get emotional. But
it happens. It's frustrating. It happens, and it's super frustrating where there's people out there that could help you push further, and instead of them joining your efforts or coming together to create something together, it's just everybody has their own thing that they want to do, and that's it. No one coming alongside, let's try to do something together. It's all, if I'm not taking something from this or if I'm not benefiting it, then, and it's sad that it's that way. And I think that's the big reason why we don't see a lot of artists coming up, because I feel like the reason, and this is my personal opinion, a lot of artists are like, no, that's just more competition.
Right, they don't want to see that happen.
I mean,
we're just assuming motive, but we're only left to assume.
So I'm saying I'm only left to assume because it's like in my own studies, as far as what the culture does, and I hate to do it too, but it is just the fact, because it's the only thing I have to study, which is the secular and how they move and navigate. Yes, it's sinful in a lot of things they do, the disclaimer. And
here we go.
By no means are we trying to promote any kind of savagery. We are trying to promote only biblical truths, and
that's good.
That'll be a drop. That'll be a drop. We just pause for that drop,
but
let it go.
Seeing what happens, you see this culture flourish and grow and touch all these parts of the world. For why? Because there's just so much diversity. There's so much growth. There's so much styles, so much background. All these things, it has no choice but to grow and explode.
Right.
But if you're like timid, like, nah, we shouldn't mess it up, and nah, we shouldn't add any more to it, let's just leave it as is. How could it grow to its full potential?
No, people hold such a high standard for it that it's like it's too much associated with pastor and eldership. I don't get that. Like, that whole concept needs to be completely severed, because here's what defeats that whole thing, right? Some people hold the standard that you got to be able to almost preach and be a elder in order to be a rapper. But here's what destroys this whole thing, right? What about the female creative? Do you hold up the standard to her the same way? Or are you saying that that's a masculine call, that's a manly call, and the female shouldn't even be a creative? Should the female have a mic and perform in front of people like that and be a rapper? Okay, fine. If that's not the case, then what kind of standard do you hold up to the female creative? Like, eliminate that whole thing, bro. Eliminate that whole thing. Cut that out. Let's grow beyond that. Can we get beyond that as a culture? Yeah. Like, can 2019 be like, yo, eliminate that whole thing. Just divorce that whole concept, please. Divorce it. Throw it out. Let the creative if that dude just want to rap, if that female just want to rap, let them just spit some bars for the Lord. Let them do it for the glory of God. And let them do it.
Amen.
No, there's no other standard on top of that person. What do you... unless they're talking crazy, I get that. But that applies outside of music. If you're talking crazy just in a conversation, that's like, yo, get checked. I mean, that's obvious, right? Is this obvious? Yo, please tell me if I'm bugging.
Mario's in his serious bag.
Please tell me if I'm bugging.
Because he's wearing his elven hat. You know, elves don't laugh.
Yo. Oh, wow. Yeah.
You ever seen an elf laugh?
You ever see an elf laugh? Okay, who are you then?
Like the elves. I'm not talking about like an elf,
you, bro.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the Lord of the Rings elves. Them dudes is like serious.
Okay. Okay.
You got the elven hat.
The elf don't work. Hold up. People are chiming in. Epinero, we're going almost 2 hours, so we can play the video again for those that haven't seen it.
I know, we might as well play it again.
Too late. Jasmine, honestly, that was one of my frustrations when watching how things have been happening within CHH over the past years. I think that people's creativity is being stifled because they are told that it has to fit a particular box or mold in order to be accepted. These results in the lack of diversity within CHH. There's room for brothers who rap and exegete scripture over the beat. There's also room for us to discuss how our worldview should shape our thinking on particular topics. And she goes on, yo, fire. I'm gonna just like it and pin it. How about that? Let's like it and pin it. from now on, that will be my question. What about the female creative? Wow, Zadok. Yo, for real, bro. Why is the standard like it's very, I don't know. You get what I'm going with that. So we're about, should I play the video again? Should I play the video again? One more time and then
let's just play it.
We can close with that. I can play the video one more time and then I'll close with that, and then you guys can, I hope you guys are blessed. But you guys want to see the video again? Can I get some thumbs up or something? Like somebody say something. If you're still gonna stick with us, let me know. We can play the video again. We'll play it again. And then we can close out from there. So listen, again, the show, we're Wednesdays, 8:30. Usually we have a doc. We went off the cuff today, and that's impressive, my dude.
Yeah.
And I think it's because we actually do create the topics off of what we're talking about throughout the week, and we're constantly,
who brought us back to reality.
Yeah, thank you, Epinero. Yeah, word reminded us. But so normally we have a doc. Sometimes we have Shane with us. I'm not sure if he's gonna be rocking with us anymore. I haven't heard from him. I should reach out to him, make sure he's all right. Let's pray for Shane. But we have a new location, by the way. So we're upgrading, new location. Lord willing. I don't want to keep saying that and then leaving you guys with this empty promise. We could stay here, but we do have it, and we have stuff in there. Like we're in the middle of organizing that whole space. So we just got to get the internet going, and we're working on that. Once we get the internet going, it'll be a whole brand new space, and we're hoping to include more guests. Like me and R. Swift have been talking. He might be coming through soon in person. So I'm praying for that, and we can have a show with him, Lord willing. And we have also a few other people. Mouthpiece is one of them that wants to be a guest on the show as well. We're asking him to be a guest on the show as well, and a few others. So we're praying for growth. Pray for us. We hope that you are blessed, and we'll play this video before we bounce. But we love y'all. Grace and peace. Till next week, next Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern. We love y'all. Take care. Here's the video.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, D.I. Look, I done said a lot of things for his glory, I admit it. I don't take back what I say. If I said it, then I meant it. Ever since I started rapping, I knew that I better live it. Went in with spreading the gospel and never wanted to drift it. Here's the difference, I'm that rapper, bend the law, cut the rules. For Jesus, I risk it all, aiming at the toughest dudes. They've been suffering long enough, it's his turn to rush the mood. Pass the plate, take a drink, munch the food. Lucky you, he loves you too. He bout to move, he bout to move, he bout to move. Give him the room, give him the room, give him the room. Hop in your coupe, hop in your coupe. You won't hop out and shoot, he bout to move, he bout to move. Cause he got the juice, back on these bars and believe it. We getting it in and we having it bumping. Back on actually making a big deal about Jesus, he's actually loving. You're back on the wall, you don't know him, and cause you don't know him, the caps will keep busting. You living your life and it's actually sucking. You might've got money, but that don't mean nothing. I'm actually buzzing this time. I'm in the mood to come off, so I'm busting a rhyme. Praying he's touching you guys. Walking to heaven, you know you won't suffer this time. He got the key to your freedom and everyone needs him. It's true, you can love or despise. He bout to flip it, the blood come and get it. But if you don't want it, it's nothing but lies. Go ahead and practice what you know. Desperado like I'm Bucho. For the Lord I got a true flow. Devil be sniffing like Cujo. I had to call on his name cause without him you know I'm as sick as the Fluto. When I see evil as Cayete Bocas I dunk cause the Lord is the Uno. Give me your pen and a pad, we know the sin of your bag. Give it a second, it's having the people tied down. Gotta get up and you really don't gotta lie down. The Lord to get it, believe it is on my side now. You gotta know what he's bringing it to the light now. We loving it, eternity being bright now. Devil is bugging, we not believing the hype now. We doing it and I let him get in my lifestyle. Man, ain't no shade getting thrown my way that would make me ever want smoke. When I die I'm going out as a believer in God that never lost hope. You gotta trust the Lord, you getting caught in the flesh, brother, wrong way, wrong road. Snakes in the grass trying to slither fast, gotta fight, forget the lawnmower.
I don't like the current state of CHH, I admit it. Some would say it's CHH is still alive, I ain't with it. And I know that they'll assume it's cause of lack of recognition. All I'm spitting is the truth and I don't care, no one listens. On a mission, I'm that rapper free from law. Jesus rules, ain't a risk cause I'm elected. Salvation I'll never lose. I've been eating up his word and my stomach's never full. This is fate, give me grace and my faith. Luck is fate, what you think? I gotta give you the standards, given to us he demands it. Driven by his Holy Ghost, I'ma give you a dose and I hope you can stand it. They're asking what happened to Christians, they hip out, they're sipping the milk and the papers. I know what the blame is, they wanna be famous. We gotta put dirty clothes up in their hair, but I actually come from the dark, I was sinning, rebelling against my God from the beginning. I wish I could say I was only just kidding. We're doing our thing, but the truth is so hidden. Assume it's forbidden. It feels like no one is willing to talk about being forgiven. It's killing me. The inability to walk with humility. Blah, 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 blah. How about we actually walk when we talking instead of just blabbing and rapping and fronting? Affirmative action is equaling nothing. They're all walking backwards. I guess they were bluffing and stunting. And the one that was here before is coming back. Let's recap. Way back. It's read that. Created the world in 6 days. 7th day. Relax. These facts cause you to retract. Examine yourself and see that. We lack the ability to read that. So starve, better feed that. His word, better read that. See weeds, better weed whack. Better heed that. Got the water where to see that. I plead that. You believe everything I'm saying right now. You need that. But I know it's inevitable to choose anyone, let us go. And if we get away, you bring them back though. And if they keep on running to whatever they be coming, I'm hoping to know there isn't a back door. And I'm blinking a minute, the ending's coming. So we keep on preaching and fishing. I keep it 100, gotta keep on seeking the mission together. We running to the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. If not, you bugging. I'm blocking and ducking anybody mocking and mugging. Not gonna send them, but I pray the Son to confront them. Walking among them, believers are not gonna shun them. Stop at the front and sinners are not gonna love them. Nothing above them, he's a pinnacle of miracle to anybody. My Lord's making alive in the spirit. Lies are subliminal, minimal discernment. We get you guys stuck in a biblical ritual. Seeking the visuals, the look of sides. My God's keeping individuals plugged to the divine. And I know that they'll deny it to their death. But I'ma preach till my dying breath. It's a moment y'all been running from, like scattered roaches up in a slum. Numb to the truth, till the kingdom comes, they shall bow. From both ends of the earth he made no loose ends. From birth to grave he loosens all those depraved. Resurrected he's coming against, so he bout to move. He bout to move, he bout to move.
Give him the room, give him the room, give him the room. Hop in your coupe, hop in your coupe. You won't hop out and shoot, he bout to move. He bout to move, cause he got the juice.
If you're listening on the podcast, be sure to check out my Facebook music page, Marrio Esco 1. Again, 2 R's in my name, the number 1 at the end, Marrio Esco 1. Be sure to like and follow that page because I like to give updates on who I'll be interviewing and leave a description on what we'll be talking about. And I also like the real-time one-on-one back and forth interaction. If you don't have the time to join us on Facebook Live, be sure to check out my podcast. It's called Marrio Esco Live, 2 R's in my name. Again, you'll see the white silhouette of myself with the cross underneath. Be sure to subscribe to that and follow the link as well to whatever podcast you're using or however you're receiving the podcast, and leave us a review. We love to hear feedback. You can also hit me up at music@marrioesco.com and just hit me up with some feedback and ways that we can improve the show or the things that you like and enjoy. Any type of feedback will be highly appreciated. Grace and peace.